Good evening, sports fans, and welcome to the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network for tonight's presentation of the Epic Basketball League, and it is a big one here tonight. We are in Chicago Stadium for Game 5 of the Best Out of 5 semifinal series. 1971-72 Epic Basketball League action. It is the New York Knicks against the Chicago Bulls. The finals await the winner of tonight's matchup, and this series has been brutal. This has been a black and blue series from game one. We've had fouls and turnovers and confrontations and just, intense defense, and just as much of this is like an NFC North football series between these two squads. And tonight they come together in Chicago Stadium to settle it all, with the Los Angeles Lakers waiting in the wings for a chance at the 1971-72 Epic Basketball League Championship. Your starters are on the floor for both squads. The lineups are familiar. For the Knicks, it is Walt Frazier and Bill Bradley in the backcourt. Dave DeBusschere, the small forward who had so much foul trouble in Game 4 of this series. Jerry Lucas was stellar in Game 4, but not enough to carry the Knicks to what would have been a series-ending victory. And Luther Rackley, the big man, inside for New York. For the Bulls, also the same starting five. The very physical and defensive backcourt of Norm Van Leer and Jerry Sloan starting things off. The two forwards are the big scorers, Chet Walker and Bob Love for the Bulls. And inside, the big man out of Tennessee is Tom Burwinkle. So that is your starting lineups. We are ready for action here from Chicago Stadium. It's going to be a dandy. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the ball game as we prepare to tip things off here in Chicago Stadium. The basketball is in the air, and it is controlled by the New York Knicks. Walt Frazier will lead New York from right to left on your computer screen. He's got the ball already against Norm Van Leer. He's going to send it out to Bradley at the free throw line extended for the jump shot. Can Bradley get it off? No, it's stolen away by Sloan. Already the Knicks have turned it over, and Chicago has an opportunity in transition. It's 3-on-2 with Van Leer in the lead, and down the stretch they come. The ball goes over to Sloan on the left wing. Back to Van Leer inside, but Van Leer could not make the layup. Rebound taken out of there by the Knicks for Dave DeBusschere. The Knicks want to run it back the other way. Frazier and Bradley, 2-on-2. Down the court, cross court to Bradley. He lays it up and good. New York quickly on top here,
Bradley
2-0 to start
Frazier.
things off. As Chicago comes the other way with Norm Van Leer at the helm. Van Leer sets the offense, looks to distribute. Can't find anybody to pass the ball off to. He's going to take the outside jump shot, and he delivers.
Norm Van Leer.
And just like that, we're tied at 2 in the opening 30 seconds of play. Back the other way, open inside for the Knicks is DeBusschere. He works his way into the lane, but he cannot get the layup to fall. Frazier takes the offensive rebound and pulls it back out for New York. Knicks will reset. Frazier sends it down to Rackley on the low block. Rackley works his way inside against Burwinkle. His shot with the left hand is blocked away out of there by Burwinkle. Frazier comes out with the ball, but we've got a loose ball foul on the rebound, and that will be charged against Jerry Lucas from the Knicks. One shot for Chet Walker for the Bulls. A fine free throw shooter. He missed the free throw. But Jerry Sloan takes the offensive board for Chicago, and the Bulls will reset with the score still tied at 2. Bulls run the offense. They're going to run it through Van Leer out top. He comes off a screen. He's got an open look from the free throw line, but he is fouled by Rackley. Rackley fighting his way through the screen. Got a piece of the elbow, and that will send Norm Van Leer to the free throw line. Van Leer, an outstanding free throw shooter. Hits the first. Actually, that was just a one-shot foul. They ruled that on the floor. Rackley grabbed Van Leer as he was fighting his way through the screen before Van Leer got the shot off. So Van Leer hits the free throw. Chicago is up 3-2, and New York has the basketball. It goes to Frazier outside. He loses it out of bounds. That's another turnover. Turnovers plagued New York in Game 4, and they're not starting off any better here in Game 5. Chicago has the basketball in a 1-point lead here in the early going. Van Leer has it again out on top, working against Frazier. 17 on the shot clock. Van Leer looks to distribute. He finds Sloan on the wing. Sloan with 8 seconds on the shot clock has an open look but cannot get it to fall. He's really not a perimeter jump shooter. Bob Love comes out of there with the rebound for Chicago. Love with the little layup on the putback, and that's no good. Tipped by Walker, no good. Finally, Burwinkle pulls it out of there, sends it back out to Van Leer, and the Bulls will reset. Inside they go to Burwinkle once again. 15 on the shot clock. Burwinkle, an excellent passer, looking for a cutter. Can't find anybody. Dribbles to his left,
Burwinkle
lays it up
from
and
Van
good.
Leer.
Nice inside move there by Burwinkle. Chicago now up by 3, 5-2. New York looking to make something happen here on offense. Again, they go to Bradley. Bradley with the open look from 16 feet out. He left it short. DeBusschere takes the offensive rebound. DeBusschere on the putback has it stolen away by Chet Walker. And here comes Chicago the other way. Van Leer and Walker will run the floor. Knicks get back on defense. It's 2-on-2. Walker drives to the left side of the lane, lays it up and
Chet
good.
Walker.
And quickly, Chicago is out to a 7-2 lead. Knicks have really got to get it going here on the offensive end. They struggled in Game 4. And the Chicago defense comes up strong again. Here's Sloan with the steal. Sloan and Walker will run. Walker dribbles down the left-hand side of the court once again. Finds Sloan in the lane. Sloan lays it up and good.
Jerry Sloan from Walker.
Chicago off to a quick start here tonight, much to the delight of the fans here at Chicago Stadium and Bulls coach Dick Motta. Chicago wants to take advantage of the number 2 seed and get into the championship round of the playoffs here on their home court. New York trailing, trying to get something happening on offense. They go inside to Lucas. Lucas works his way into the paint. His short jump shot is around and out. DeBusschere grabs the offensive rebound again. His putback attempt is no good, but a loose ball foul is called, and that is a second foul on Jerry Lucas. Goodness gracious, everything is coming up stinky for the Knicks here in the first 3+ minutes of action, as Jerry Lucas is going to have to go to the bench with 2 quick fouls. He'll be replaced by Charlie Polk. Polk, a big body, 6'9", 220 out of Northeastern State in his 4th year in the league. We'll have Bob Love at the free throw line for 1 shot. He converts, and that makes it a 10-2 ball game. Knicks need to make something happen here on the offensive end. Charlie Polk has it on the outside. He's not a jump shooter. He gets it into DeBusschere in the low post. DeBusschere backs in on Walker. Ball fake. Shot. Good.
DeBusschere.
DeBusschere with his first basket of the night, and that breaks a 10-0 run by the Bulls. Your score now is 10-4. Chicago coming back the other way. They've hit 4 of their first 7 field goal attempts. They look inside to Burwinkle. Burwinkle on the screen gets open, guarded by DeBusschere. Cannot get the shot to fall, and Charlie Polk takes the rebound out of there for New York. Bulls get back in the transition defense, and the Knicks will be forced to set up a half-court play. Now they go inside to Rackley. Rackley's got the ball in the paint, shoots over Burwinkle and scores.
Rackley, from Frazier.
Rackley had a good game in Game 4 with 14 points. He's brought the Knicks back to within 4 here as it's a 10-6 ball game. Van Leer brings the Bulls back on offense. Sends it down to Walker on the low block. His first field goal attempt of the game is...
Chet Walker.
Not his first
Van
field goal
Lier.
attempt, but he shoots and scores. He's got 4 points. All 5 Bulls starters have already scored. 12-6, the Bulls with the lead. Knicks have the basketball with Frazier. Guarded tightly by Van Leer. Frazier's going to try his luck driving the lane, and he's got it stripped away and stolen by Van Leer again. Frazier had very little success with the penetration moves in Game 4. He's off to a bad start here again in Game 5, and it's that Chicago perimeter defense with Van Leer and Sloan that are frustrating Walt Frazier in the final 2 games of this series. In transition, open down low is Bob Love. He gets the ball in the low post, he leaves it short, and DeBusschere takes the rebound for New York. Knicks trying to keep this one under control here early. They look inside to DeBusschere once again, backing down. He's got a look against Burwinkle. His shot is no good. Rackley takes the rebound off the offensive glass for the Knicks. Rackley with the putback attempt, and he scores.
Rackley.
Nice putback by Rackley. He's got 4 points to lead the Knicks, and that is like gravy. He's not a scorer, so anything they can get from him on the offensive end is only going to help their cause as they try to pull off the improbable victory here in Chicago in Game 5 of this semifinal series. Van Leer with the ball now for Chicago. Calls the motion offense, sends it over to Sloan on the wing. Sloan takes it into the paint. Bullies his way over against Bradley. Lays it up and good.
Jerry Sloan, from Walker.
Nice body positioning by Sloan on that one. He got a shoulder in front of Bradley and just rode that all the way in for the layup. 14-8 now is your score. Bulls still with the lead. Here's Bradley now open on the perimeter. He comes off a screen and nails the perimeter jump shot. That makes it 14-10. Knicks doing everything they can to keep it close. As Chicago comes back the other way. Knicks need to tune it up on the defensive end here. The ball's in the hands of Van Leer. They work it around. They get it inside to Burwinkle. Rackley forces him a little further out on the perimeter. Too far away to get off a decent look. So Burwinkle sends it inside to Love. And Love can't get the shot off in time. As we called for, it was good team defense by the Knicks on that possession to force the shot clock violation. New York regains possession, trailing by 4 midway through the first period. Inside, they look to Charlie Paulk. Paulk working down low against Bob Love. Tough matchup for Paulk in there, but he manages to get the short jump shot up and good.
From Bradley.
And it's a 2-point game, 14-12. New York survived that early 10-0 run by the Bulls, and they're right back in this one. Van Leer now sends it into Love down low. Love and Paulk banging bodies in the low post. Here's the left-hander by Love. It's up and good.
From Van Lier.
And it's now 16-12 in favor of Chicago. As Dave Gardner is in the chat room, finally basketball, says Dave. It is not only basketball, it is the deciding game of the slugfest between the Knicks and the Bulls. Welcome to Chicago Stadium for tonight's action. New York trails by 4. They've got the basketball. 5:20 to play, first quarter. Inside, they look to Luther Rackley. Rackley, the third-year man out of Xavier, has put up some good numbers in the last couple games of this series. He cannot get that layup to go. Burwinkle pulls the rebound for Chicago. Here's a quick outlet to Van Leer. The Bulls are going to try and push the tempo. They get it to Love along the baseline. Back to Sloan, driving the left side of the lane. Sloan lays it up.
Jerry
good.
Sloan, from Love.
Nicely done on the fast break there by Chicago. Good ball movement. They're back up by 6, 18-12. New York finds Paulk on the outside. Not much he can do there. Sends it out to Bradley on the perimeter. Bradley over to Frazier. Frazier's fall-away jump shot is no good. Rebounded by Burwinkle for Chicago. Bulls coming back, looking once again to extend the lead. They get it into Sloan. Sloan working down low. He's going to try and drop it off to Walker in the paint. Walker rises up. His shot rims out. Burwinkle takes the offensive rebound. Burwinkle with the putback attempt. It's good.
Tom Burwinkle.
And just like that, Chicago's back up by 8, 20-12, equaling their biggest margin of the game. The fans here in Chicago Stadium are on their feet, cheering for their team to win here tonight and move on to the 1971-72 Epic Basketball League Finals, where the Los Angeles Lakers await. New York looks inside once again to Rackley. Rackley working hard against Burwinkle down low. Steps around Burwinkle, lays it up and good.
From Bradley.
Nicely done by Rackley. He's got 6 points, and he leads the Knicks with that total. 4:26 to play in the first. The second units are getting loosened up on the sidelines. Jerry Sloan has it out on the perimeter, and he is going to look inside to Love. Love in the lane, rises up, and his shot is blocked. Charlie Polk got up there and tapped that one away. Love snatches the rebound. Love on the putback attempt, lays it up and around the rim and out. No good, but he is fouled on the play by Charlie Polk. And it will be Bob Love going to the free throw line to shoot 2. That's the 4th team foul for New York in this period. Chicago is yet to commit a foul, as Red Holtzman politely reminds the referee. Love at the line for 2 free throws. Very good 78% free throw shooter on the regular season. He scores the first. And with that, the horns sound, and substitutions will come into the game. Dean Meminger will run the point for New York. He'll be accompanied by the veteran Dick Barnett in the backcourt. Dave DeBusschere is going to remain in the ball game for now. Due to the foul trouble by Jerry Lucas, it's going to be Greg Fillmore down low and Phil Jackson. Let's see. Actually, yeah, we're going to have to do it that way. DeBusschere stays on the court. Jackson comes in to play the 4 position, and Greg Fillmore will be the center. For Chicago, Love needs to remain in the game. Clifford Ray comes in at the center position. Jackie Dinkins at the small forward. Jim King and Bob Weiss are your backup unit in the backcourt. And with Chicago leading 21-14 and Bob Love awaiting at the free throw line, the second units come into the game. Love converts on the second free throw. Once again, it is an 8-point lead for Chicago as Dean Meminger brings the Knicks back down to the offensive end. Open inside is Phil Jackson. He comes off a screen. He's got plenty of room to operate. His jump hook is good.
Jackson from Barnett.
First 2 of the night for Jackson. The lead is back to 6. We're at the 4-minute mark to play in the first quarter. Here's Bob Weiss with a quick shot from the top of the key for Chicago. That's no good. Fillmore takes the rebound for New York. Again, they look inside to Jackson. Jackson working down low. Cannot get this one to fall. And Clifford Ray takes the rebound for Chicago. Ray was a rebounding stalwart in his day, and he has proven himself to be a very valuable asset to the Bulls in this series. Here's an outside look for Jackie Dinkins. Greg Fillmore comes over and picks him up on the switch. Dinkins tries to dump it inside. They get it down to Love, working down low. He bobbles it, he picks it up, and has his pocket picked by Jackson. Nice defense by Phil Jackson. Here come the Knicks running the other way. Meminger in the lead. The Knicks have the numbers. Meminger dribbles down the center of the floor. Runs a little give and go. Over to the left-hand side to DeBusschere. DeBusschere cannot get the basket to go. And Jackie Dinkins pulls the rebound out of there for Chicago. 22-16. Bulls with the lead and the basketball. 3.5 to play first quarter. Here's an open look on the perimeter for Jim King, and Jim King buries that one.
Jim King.
Nice looking outside jump shot, puts Chicago back on top by 8. Here come the Bulls. They look in the Knicks. Once again, they look inside to Jackson. Back to the basket. Turns, shoots,
Jackson,
and scores.
from Meeminger.
Nicely done by Phil Jackson, giving the Knicks a little spark off the bench here in the first quarter as New York continues to try and play from behind, doing everything in their power to keep it close. Here's another jump shot by
Bob
Weiss.
From Ray.
This time free throw line extended. He nails that one, and the lead is back to 8. We haven't had a stoppage of play since Love shot the free throw, and he's ready to take a rest at the next dead ball. Dave DeBusschere now has it inside. Working hard down low. Gets an open look against Jim King. Cannot get it to fall. But Jackson sneaks in there for the offensive board and pitches it back out on top to Meminger. Meminger wants Jackson again inside. Jackson with it in the paint. Knocked away by Clifford Ray out of bounds. Basketball will remain with the Knicks, 11 on the shot clock. The horn sounds, and into the game for Chicago comes the rookie backup Howard Porter out of Villanova. 2:25 to play, Chicago by 8, 26-18. As action will continue, DeBusschere to inbound. What's he going to do with it? He's going to send it out top. Meminger sends it back into DeBusschere. They go to Barnett on the perimeter. Barnett lays it up and good. Nice back cut by Dick Barnett. Got himself freed up for the layup. The lead is back down to 6. Chicago with the basketball. Inside they go to Howard Porter. Porter, the rookie, gets inside. Works it around Phil Jackson. Lays it up around the rim and out. No good. And Greg Fillmore takes the rebound for the Knicks. Knicks coming back the other way, looking to cut into the lead. Once again, they're looking on to the block for Phil Jackson. The short jump shot by Jackson is off the back iron, no good. And Clifford Ray takes the rebound for Chicago. Under 2 minutes to play now. Chicago still leads by 6. Here's another jump shot from Weiss.
Bob Weiss.
This one from the baseline, and he nails another one. Weiss with 4 points off the bench, puts Chicago back on top by 8. 28-20 is your score. New York setting up the offense. Now they've got it to Jackson working from the outside on the baseline. He's going to try and get it down low to DeBusschere. Can they find DeBusschere? No, he goes out to Meminger on the top of the circle. Bad pass, stolen away out of there by Bob Weiss for the Bulls. 6 turnovers now for the Knicks in this first quarter to only 1 turnover for the Bulls. You've got to take care of that basketball to win at this level. Chicago's looking inside to Jackie Dinkins. Dinkins works it down into the post against DeBusschere. His layup bounces around and out. Offensive rebound snagged by Howard Porter. Porter's putback attempt is up. No good. But we've got a whistle and a foul, and that's going to go against DeBusschere. It will be 2 free throws for Howard Porter. Average free throw shooter, 77%. He misses the first. The horn sounds, and Bill Bradley is going to return to the game to give Dave DeBusschere a much-needed rest. Second free throw by Porter is up and good. And the Bulls go up by 9, 29-20, their biggest lead of the night. New York only 20 points here in the first quarter so far, but looking for more. They go inside again to Jackson. He's the open man on the low block. Working against Porter. Porter doing a good job on the defense. Jackson leaves the shot short, and Clifford Ray takes another rebound for the Bulls. The Bulls looking to open up a double-digit lead for the first time. King's got it on the outside. King's going to pull the trigger from 16 feet out. He actually faked the shot, tried to get it into Clifford Ray down low, but the pass was behind Clifford Ray, out of bounds, New York basketball. Meminger sets the offense for the Knicks. Jackie Dinkins picks him up on the switch coming off the screen. They get it to Fillmore out on the baseline. He's got no place to go. Sends it back out to Barnett on the perimeter. Barnett slices to the hole. His short jump shot is no good. Barnett gets his own rebound, sends it back out to Dean Memminger, and New York will reset the offense. 30 seconds to go in the quarter, 24 seconds on the shot clock. Let's see what kind of a shot the Knicks can get off with this possession. Here's Bradley on the outside. He's got a good open look from the wing, and he buries it.
Bradley, from Meminger.
Knicks needed that one. They still trail by 7. We're down to 14 seconds left in the first quarter, and Chicago will play for the final shot of the period. Here's Weiss from the key. He's not been shy about shooting tonight. Instead, he passes it into Porter. Porter lays it up at the buzzer, but it rolls around and out. And that is the end of your first quarter with the score Chicago 29 and New York 22. Let's take a look at the box score for the first period. A couple of guys with 6 points, Bradley and Rackley both with 6 for the Knicks. Jerry Sloan with 6 for the Bulls. And collectively they are tied for the leading scorer. Bob Love had a nice first quarter with a +8 on the plus minus. Both teams didn't shoot badly in the first quarter, but the turnovers again killed New York. 6 turnovers on the quarter by the Knicks. They have dug themselves a hole here in the first quarter. Let's see if they can pull it together in the second quarter. All right, got that yawn out of the way. We're ready to head back to action. This really is an exciting ball game. I apologize for yawning. As we head back to the second half, the second units will start things off and go for about the first 4 minutes of play. The jump ball is in the air. The tip is controlled by New York. It's in the hands of Dick Barnett. Barnett hands it off to Memminger, who looks to start the offense. Memminger is going to look for Bradley on the perimeter. Bradley takes it into the hoop, gets around the defense of
Bradley.
Dinkins, goes to the left hand, lays it up and good. 8 points now for Bill Bradley to lead all scorers. New York back to within 5. Chicago comes back the other way. Dinkins has it on the perimeter, guarded by Bradley. Chicago's offense a little disjointed on this possession. Dinkins going to try and take it into the lane. He drives to the baseline. As he moves to the basket, he's going to try and kick it back out to King on the perimeter, and King buries the jump shot.
Jim King, from Ray.
Nicely done there by Chicago. That was looking a little ragtag at the start of that possession, but they found the open man, and King buries the jump shot to put Chicago back out on top by 7. 31-24 is the score. Knicks with the basketball. Once again, they look to Bradley on the perimeter. Bradley with another good-looking stroke from the wing, and he buries another
Barnett.
one. Bradley with 10 now, first man in double digits. And the lead is once again cut to 5. Back come the Bulls. Weiss has it out on top. Working against Memminger. Weiss again calls his own number, and he drills another one. Actually, that one around and out, tipped back up and in by Porter. And Chicago goes back on top by 7. This is what we saw Chicago do in Game 4. They established a comfortable lead, and then just were very consistent, trading hoops with the Knicks back and forth. New York's going to have to turn it up on the defensive end. The Bulls are shooting 54% from the field, and they've only turned it over twice. So Chicago taking good care of the basketball, and that's going to win you plenty of ball games in this league. Here's Barnett with it on the perimeter for New York. Barnett steps around Ray, gets into the lane. His shot no good. Clifford Ray takes the rebound for Chicago. He got open in there, but the teardrop was a little too strong. Chicago now with the basketball. On the outside, it's in the hands of Porter. He's got to look from the baseline, but he cannot get it to fall. Clifford Ray pulls the ball down off the offensive glass. Ray with the putback attempt is good.
Clifford Ray.
First basket of the night for Clifford Ray. He's come off the bench with 5 rebounds and 2 assists, and that's exactly what you expect from a guy like Clifford Ray. Ray is just in his rookie season out of Oklahoma. He was first team all-rookie in 71-72 and averaged double-digit rebounds coming off the bench. He would go on to win a world championship in 1975 with the Golden State Warriors. And Ray was one of a handful of players in the history of the NBA who played for 10 years and accumulated more rebounds than points. So Clifford Ray, interesting story, hard-working ball player, and had a good run of success in his NBA career. New York is back the other way. They trail by 9, 35-26. 10.5 to play before halftime. Open on the perimeter once again is Bradley. This time he is off right with his jump shot, and the rebound is taken out of there by Howard Porter for the Bulls. No fouls committed yet in this period. The Bulls now work it down inside to Porter. Porter banging bodies with Jackson down low. He fakes, he shoots, he misses. Rebound taken out of there by Dean Meminger. And on the rebound, we've got a loose ball foul, and that's going to go against the Knicks, against Phil Jackson. And that's going to put Clifford Ray on the line for 1 free throw. And of course, in this situation, the chalkboard is going to do goofy things. It looks like Ray shot that free throw from the baseline, but he puts it up and good. He's got 3 points, and for the first time tonight, Chicago has a double-digit lead. 36-26 is the score. Knicks coming back the other way with Meminger at the point. They get it in down low to Fillmore. Fillmore's going to see if he can do something in the paint. He fakes, he shoots, and he scores. Looked like that one might fall off the cylinder, but it drops home, and Fillmore's got his first points of the night. Under 10 to play before halftime. Chicago's still up by 8. The ball goes around the perimeter, and King takes the pass on the baseline. King is going to drive inside. Steps around Barnett, gets into the lane. His layup is missed. He's knocked down, no call. The tip is up and no good. And finally, Greg Fillmore comes out of there with it for New York. Fillmore with a quick outlet pass to Barnett. Barnett and Bradley want to run. Fast break opportunity for New York. Bradley dribbles into the center. Shifts it over to Barnett coming down the left side of the lane. Barnett lays it up and good. And he is fouled on the layup by Jackie Jenkins. The referees in the stands are not happy with that call. Their opinion doesn't matter as Dick Barnett goes to the line to try and convert the three-point play here. New York trails by 6. And as Barnett misses the free throw, the rebound rolls around the cylinder, and there's a scrum inside. Phil Jackson comes out with the rebound for the Knicks. Jackson with a putback attempt. His shot is no good, but he is fouled on the play, and it will be Jackson headed to the line for 2 more free throws. New York looking for a 4-point possession here. If Jackson can connect on these, he hits the first. Jackson misses the second, and Jackie Jenkins takes the rebound for the Bulls. The Bulls' lead has been cut in half. They're now up 5, 36-31, looking to reassert themselves here on offense. Inside they go to Clifford Ray. Ray down low against Fillmore. Tries to kick it back out to the perimeter. That pass is picked off by Barnett. Knicks look to cut further into the lead. They've got Bradley open on the baseline once again. Bradley's going to pull the trigger from out there. His jump shot is too strong. The rebound is kicked out of bounds and will go over to the Bulls with 9:13 to play before halftime. And at halftime, we will have updates from the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network. Chicago with the basketball. 36-31, they lead. They are going to look to Jim King on the perimeter. King with a good looking, he fakes the jump shot. Nice looking fake. King gets around Barnett, dribbles into the lane. lays it up off the window. The ball is taken down by Fillmore, but that's going to be a goaltend against Fillmore. Count the basket, give the points to King, and he now has 6 points, and Chicago leads by 7. 38-31. Now 9 minutes to play in the second period. New York works the ball around the perimeter. They get it to Meminger out on top. Meminger is going to take it into the paint. Steps around Weiss, gets into the lane. There's a collision. Meminger cannot hit the layup, and we've got a whistle. And the foul is going to be called against Weiss, and that will send Dean Meminger to the line for 2 shots as Meminger looks for his first 2 points of the game. Not a good free throw shooter for a guard, and he misses the first. The second attempt by Meminger is good. And it's a 6-point game, 38-32. Chicago in the lead. Here come the Bulls back on offense. Weiss calls a play, sends it down low to Ray. Ray kicks it back out on top to Weiss. Weiss has an open look from 16 feet out. He misses it off to the side, and the rebound is taken out of there by Fillmore. Here's a quick outlet. The Knicks have a 3-on-1 going the other way. Meminger in the lead, sends it to Barnett. Barnett dribbles into the lane, dumps it off to Bradley. Bradley lays it up and good.
Bradley, from Barnett.
Bill Bradley stepping up here tonight. He's got 12 points to lead all scorers, and the lead has been cut to 4. 38-34 is your score. Coming back the other way, here's Weiss with an open look. He's fouled on the play by Meminger. That foul is called on the floor. It'll just be 1 shot for Weiss. And Weiss drops it home. 5 points now for Weiss. The lead for the Bulls is 5. As we see the starters getting ready to return to action for both squads. New York with the basketball in the hands of Fillmore down low. Fillmore gets an interior screen, has a mismatch over the smaller Jim King, and he converts that one easily.
Fillmore, from Bradley.
Nice little 2-man game with Bradley. Give the assist to Bradley. It's now a 3-point game. 39-36, Chicago with the lead and the basketball. Weiss has another open look from the elbow, and he missed again. He hit a couple of those in the early part of his shift. He's gone cold. Fillmore takes the rebound for New York. Knicks can pull to within 1 on this possession. The ball goes down low to Fillmore. Fillmore working it down hard against Clifford Ray. Ray, a solid defender in there, but Fillmore turns and shoots and scores. Nice work by Greg Fillmore. He's got 6 points and 5 rebounds here in the first half. That's a nice little contribution for their backup center. It's now a 1-point ball game, 39-38. Both teams have had their runs of success. Both teams have had their dry spells. And with 7.5 minutes to play in the second period, it's just a 1-point game. Inside the pass goes to Howard Porter. Porter with the inside jump shot. He delivers.
Howard Porter.
That's 5 points for Porter, and the Bulls' lead is back up to 3. 41-38. New York with the basketball. Inside they look once again to Jackson. Jackson from the paint shoots and misses. Jackson gets his own rebound, sends it back out on top to Meminger for a fresh 24. Meminger looks to distribute. Finds Barnett on the wing. Barnett with a fake, gets into the lane, tries to get around King. King picked his pocket. But the Bulls are going to walk it up the other way as a couple of Knicks got back there to defend against the transition bucket. Here's Weiss with another open look from the free throw line. This time he nails it.
Bob Weiss, from Dinkins.
Weiss caught him off guard in transition and converted. He's got 7. Bulls now lead by 5, and we're going to have a timeout on the floor. As it is time to bring back the starters. For Chicago, Van Leeren, Sloan, Walker, Love, and Burwinkle. For New York, it's going to be DeBusschere coming back into the game. Bradley will sit. Actually, Bradley's got enough gas in his tank. He's going to shift over to the shooting guard position. Frazier returns to the contest, along with Lucas with the 2 fouls and Luther Rackley down low. So those are your lineups. And we're ready to return to action. New York trails by 5. They have the basketball. DeBusschere is preparing to inbound. And it will be DeBusschere sending it out to Frazier on top. Frazier struggled in the first quarter. He's going to try and attack the basket here. Sends it over to DeBusschere on the wing, and DeBusschere has it tipped away and stolen by Walker. Another turnover for the Knicks. Chicago's got a 3-on-2 opportunity at the other end. Van Leer is at the helm. He sends it to Sloan. Sloan back over to Van Leer, who drives the lane. His layup is blocked. Nice recovery by Rackley. Walker takes the rebound for Chicago on the follow. Walker with the follow-up shot high off the backboard and
Chet
good.
Walker.
Nice alert play by Walker there. It looked like Van Leer had an easy layup. Luther Rackley blocked him from behind, but Walker alertly grabbed the rebound and put it home for the Bulls. Bulls up by 7. Frazier brings the Knicks offense back. He finds Bradley on the wing. Bradley's been the hot hand. He finds DeBusschere down low, and DeBusschere's got it stolen away by Walker. The Chicago defense comes up strong once again, and Chicago's got another transition opportunity. It's 3-on-2 with Van Leer. Over to Walker on the wing. Walker across court to Sloan. Sloan with the left-handed layup. It's good.
Jerry Sloan, from Walker.
Boy, Sloan has been running the floor very effectively here tonight. He's got 8 points to lead the Bulls, and the Bulls go back on top by 9. So no sooner does the second unit come back, do the starters come back in for Chicago, they assert themselves once again and stretch the lead. Now 9 turnovers on the game for New York, as they have got Walt Frazier stymied. Outside they go to Bradley again. Bradley spins, drives into the basket, runs into Sloan, and Bradley's called for the charge. The Knicks offense is a mess. The Bulls have just locked them down on the defensive end, and Chicago has once again opened up the lead, and they have a chance to go up again by double figures. Sloan with the ball down low. Looks inside to Burwinkle. Burwinkle with a short jump shot over Rackley
Tom
is good.
Burwinkle, from Walker.
That's 6 points for Burwinkle, and Chicago is now up on top by 11. Bulls continue to tear down the nets, shooting 54% from the field on the night. Frazier has it on the wing. Looks inside to Jerry Lucas. They can't get it to Lucas. Frazier drives, tries to send it to Rackley on the low block. Again, it tips away out of bounds. Another turnover for the Knicks. Chicago basketball. It has been a hellacious first half for Walt Frazier. He is the glue that stirs this, the glue that stirs the drink. He is the glue that holds this New York team together. And he is going to have to step up his game here. He is scoreless, and he has got a number of the 11 Knick turnovers on his plate here tonight. Give credit to Norm Van Leer and Jerry Sloan for that stellar perimeter defense for the Bulls. Bulls look inside for Love. Love creates some space down low, tries to cross it across the court to Burwinkle, and he throws that away for a turnover. New York basketball, both teams turning up the defensive intensity here. New York wants to get it into DeBusschere. DeBusschere on the low block goes to the left hand, off the glass and good.
DeBusschere, from Frazier.
DeBusschere hits that one, ending another 10-0 run for the Bulls. That is twice here in the first half that Chicago has pulled off those runs. New York was able to survive the first one. Can they come back here? As we say hello in the chat room to Zalapsky Smurf. Zalapsky Smurf, welcome to the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network. This is the 5th and final game of the semifinal series between the Bulls and the Knicks here in the 1971-72 Epic Basketball League season. The winner here goes into the finals against the Los Angeles Lakers. Chicago is up by 9, and they have possession with just under 5 minutes to play before halftime. The ball goes to Sloan on the perimeter. Sloan wants to take it into the lane. From 18 feet out, he fakes. He dribbles. He sends it to Walker. Walker back to Sloan for the jump shot. That's no good. Love takes the offensive rebound for Chicago. Love fakes. He lays it up, and it's off the rim, no good. But we've got a whistle and a foul, and that is called on Jerry Lucas, and that is his third. Knicks didn't need that. As Love converts the free throw, Chicago goes back on top by 10. The horn sounds, and Charlie Polk returns to action, replacing Jerry Lucas with those 3 fouls. Second shot by Love is good, and Chicago is up 51-40. That 11-point lead equals their largest of the night. Got to think the Lakers are the favorites no matter who they face. And you're absolutely right, Zalewski, because this is the Lakers squad that went, I believe it was 72-10 during the regular season, and that was a record that stood until the Bulls came along in '96 and broke that mark. So yeah, that's the Jerry West, Wilt Chamberlain, Gail Goodrich Lakers waiting in the finals, and whoever wins here, the Lakers will be heavy favorites in the finals. Okay, here come the Knicks with Frazier. Frazier's going to look inside to Charlie Polk. Polk comes off the screen. He's got an open look against Walker. He shoots, and he misses. But Walker fouled him, and that will send Charlie Polk to the free throw line. Polk misses the first. He's a 67% free throw shooter. A little below average. 75 would be considered about average. Polk hits the second free throw. He's got 7 points on the night, and that cuts the lead to 10. Excuse me, Polk's got 3 on the night. The lead is cut to 10, 51-41. Basketball is back in the hands of the Bulls. Open down low is Bob Love. He rises up, he shoots it, it's short, but Polk got him on the arm, and Love will shoot a pair of free throws. The first shot by Love is good. Excuse me. Love hits them both, and Chicago is now up 12, 53-41, 4 minutes and change before halftime. The ball out on top is in the hands of Frazier. Frazier this time is going to try for the jump shot. It's off left. Well defended by Van Leer. Rebound for Chicago taken by Burwinkle. Back come the Bulls. Inside they go again to Bob Love. Now we've got a little trash talk between Sloan and Frazier on the perimeter as Love goes to the jump hook. That's no good. But he's fouled on the release. That goes against Polk, and that sends Bob Love to the free throw line. Chicago now in the bonus. Love already 7 of 7, make it 8 for 8 from the free throw line. Love makes it 9 in a row, and the Bulls are up 14, 55-41. Chicago on another run, putting some distance between themselves and the visiting Knicks. Knicks send the pass to DeBusschere on the perimeter. He's got Chet Walker in his face, 12 on the shot clock. They send it back to Frazier. Frazier from the outside receives the pass, sends it over to DeBusschere. DeBusschere cannot get the jump shot to fall, and Burwinkle comes out of there with the rebound for Chicago. Chicago also beginning to assert themselves on the boards, as it was just a one-shot opportunity for the Knicks on that possession. Van Leer has it on top working against Frazier. 14 on the shot clock. Van Leer looks for a teammate, finds Walker inside. Walker from the paint shoots and scores.
Chet Walker from Van Leer.
Give the assist to Van Leer. The lead is now 16, 57-41, and the fans here in Chicago are beside themselves with excitement. Knicks with the basketball, still struggling to score. They go to DeBusschere in the paint. We've got a whistle. DeBusschere traveled. That is now 12 turnovers for New York. Only 4 turnovers against the Bulls. That's all the difference in this ball game. Both teams are shooting the ball fairly well. Chicago getting to the free throw line and getting to the glass. Really, the Bulls are controlling every aspect of this game and asserting themselves to a big lead. Under 3 to play in the half. Open on the perimeter is Walker. Walker's going to shoot from the baseline. He leaves it short, but he's fouled on the play by Bradley. Another foul against the Knicks. More free throw shot opportunities for the Bulls. Walker will get 3 to make 2. He hits the first. And Walker makes both the first 2. Both Walker and Love in double figures for Chicago here in the first half. And the Bulls have opened up an 18-point lead. This game is turning into a trip behind the woodshed for the New York Knicks. Here's Frazier being guarded tightly by Van Leer. He's going to try and get into the paint. He's got it stolen again by Van Leer. Frazier just has not been able to get anything going off the penetration. He's tried a couple of perimeter jump shots that have not fallen, and he remains scoreless with 2:34 to play before halftime. The Bulls are just swarming on the defensive end. Inside, the Bulls go to Burwinkle. Burwinkle dribbles into the lane. His short jump shot over Rackley is good, and the Bulls go up by 20. 61-41. This is just getting, frankly, embarrassing for the New York Knickerbockers here in Chicago Stadium. The pass goes into Charlie Paulk. Paulk with a fadeaway jump shot over Love, no good. Frazier takes the rebound, sends it back over to Bradley on the perimeter. They look inside to DeBusschere again. DeBusschere with the short jump shot, that's no good. Walker takes the rebound for Chicago. Knicks cannot buy a basket on that possession after a couple of cracks at it. Chicago taking their time, running a methodical offense. They set the exterior screen for Van Leer. He's got an open look from the top of the key, but he left it short. And DeBusschere takes the rebound for New York. Minute and a half to play, second quarter. Chicago trails by 20, or Chicago leads by 20. As the Bulls' desperation on offense continues. DeBusschere has the ball out on the wing. He's guarded by Burwinkle. He takes the jump shot from 12 feet out. That's no good. And Walker boxes out for the rebound for the Bulls. Walker and Sloan want to run. Sloan in the center of the court, Walker on the wing. Sloan takes it to the free throw line, sends it to Walker on the baseline. Walker's layup is no good, and the rebound taken down by DeBusschere for New York. Probably not a wise decision to push the tempo on that possession. New York now has the basketball once again. They're going to try and get it out to Bradley on the perimeter. Bradley's the closest thing they've had to a hot hand tonight. They get it into Paulk as Bradley can't get the shot off. Paulk tries to get the shot to go. He cannot get it to fall, but he is fouled by Bob Love, and it will be Charlie Paulk going to the free throw line for New York. Paulk hits the first free throw. Ending another long dry spell for the Knicks. Paulk hits them both, and that cuts the lead to 18. And boy, that's when you're cutting the lead to 18, you're in tough shape. Knicks with the ball now, under a minute to play. Van Leer pulls the quick jump shot from the perimeter. He missed the shot, but Frazier hit him on the arm. Frazier not happy about that, but there's not much for Frazier to be happy with in any event here tonight. As Van Leer steps to the free throw line, he'll get 3 to make 2. And surprisingly, he misses the first. Normally, Van Leer, a very reliable free throw shooter. Second shot by Van Leer is good, and now he'll get the bonus. Van Leer hits the bonus. He's now got 5 points, and the Bulls have stretched their lead back out to 20. 63-43, 52 seconds to play before halftime. The open man for New York inside is Paulk. His short jump shot is tipped away and blocked by Love. Paulk gets his own rebound. Falk on the putback steps around Love, gets it off the glass, off the rim, no good, and Burwinkle takes the rebound on the weak side for Chicago. Falk had 2 shots at it there, could not convert. Chicago looking to further extend the lead and add insult to injury. Van Leer has it out on top. There's 16 on the shot clock. Van Leer looks to distribute. Gets it over to Walker. Walker sends it back to Van Leer. Van Leer's going to take it into the paint. He shakes and bakes. He gets to the rim. He misses the layup. Bill Bradley with the rebound for New York. Bradley and DeBusschere have an opportunity to do something here in transition. It's 2-on-2. Walker gets back. Bradley goes to the left. Lays it up and good.
Bradley, from DeBusschere.
Burwinkle tried to get back, but Bradley was a step quicker. He got the pass from DeBusschere, laid it up and good. And once again, the lead is cut to 18. 10 seconds to play now, and Chicago will hold for the final shot of the half. They're working around to Love. Love drives the baseline, shoots and scores at the buzzer.
Bob Love, from Van Leer.
So at halftime, it is a 20-point game. We'll put the halftime box score up there. And I'm going to take a quick break, and we'll be back to break down the box score in just a few moments. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and the halftime broadcast is brought to you by Dr. Pepper and Cream Soda Zero Sugar. Got to keep the whistle wet to broadcast this ball game. Correction to my previous statement. The Lakers in 71-72 won 69 games. They finished 69-13 under Coach Bill Sharman. And that was the league record at the time. It was the 90s Bulls who won 70. And then the Golden State Warriors with Steph Curry came on to break that mark with their 72-win season. All right, here's the box score. It is a 20-point lead for the Bulls, 65-45. For the Bulls, your leading scorers are, of course, Bob Love and Chet Walker. Love with 13, Walker with 10. Bill Bradley leads all scorers for the Knicks with 14, but he has been literally the only bright spot of this team. He was 7 for 10. The rest of the team, 13 for 35. Barely shooting 33%. if your name is not Bradley and you play for the Knicks. Yeah, the rebounds are about even, but the big difference here is the turnovers, 13-4, as Frazier himself has 0 points, only 2 field goal attempts, and 5 turnovers for a -22 on the plus minus. So it has been an awful night for Frazier. You've also got to look at the foul differential, which favors Chicago by a total of 13-5, and the free throw advantage of 12 points. But that does not, this game is not about the referees. This is about the Bulls defense simply locking down Walt Frazier and the Knicks and collecting those 13 turnovers in the first half. So New York's going to have to pull a rabbit out of the hat here to get back into this one if they're going to have any chance to move on to the finals. But right now it looks like Chicago is headed towards an easy victory here at halftime as we say hello to D. Scott Howard. Is it Friday? Ready for some hoops from the Heartland? Indeed we are, D. Scott. Welcome to Chicago Stadium. Before we get back to action, a couple of quick updates from the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network. Tomorrow, the network will bring you Heartland Championship Wrestling, featuring the superstars of the Atlantic Wrestling Federation from Tampa and the Sportatorium in Tampa. Got a couple of surprises planned for tomorrow's card. The main event will be just as brutal as the Knicks Bulls series has been, as the Road Warriors defend the Atlantic Tag Team Championship against the team of Big John Studd and Ken Patera, managed by Bobby the Brain Heenan. So Bobby the Brain Heenan will be going toe-to-toe with Paul Ellering in the managerial ranks in tomorrow night's main event, with the Atlantic Wrestling Federation Championship on the line in what will be a no disqualification match. The Road Warriors got disqualified from the first match between those teams to set up this rematch between two teams that just have a long history of not liking each other. So that will be the main event in tomorrow's Heartland Championship Wrestling action. Sunday, of course, My Journey with Jesus returns as we talk about more from Luke chapter 1, and we will focus on Mary and her role in the birth of Jesus. So that's what the plans are for the weekend of the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network and, of course, My Journey with Jesus. Thank you always to everybody who checks out the sports, the devotional broadcasts, what have you. Now, back to action, as New York is going to have to try and get their collective action back in gear here, as Red Holtzman gives them a stern talking to in the dressing room, and the starting five come back out onto the floor for both teams. Actually, there has been a substitution, as Phil Jackson, who was effective in the first half, will start at the power forward, and Jerry Lucas will drop down to the center position, and Rackley will start the second half on the bench. So hopefully they can keep Lucas out of foul trouble and get some production out of him in an effort to get back into this game. With Lucas and Frazier both being scoreless, it's no wonder New York is in such a world of hurt. Tribe fan says, yay, can't wait for the female unmasking. Yeah, that's a good angle, and that will be coming up later on in the month of May from Heartland Ladies Wrestling. For the Bulls, it will be their starting five: Van Leeren, Sloan, Walker, and Love, with Burwinkle down low, as the Bulls look to hopefully cruise to victory here in the second half. They can't let up just yet, as this Knicks team can do some work. And it was actually the Knicks who made it to the 1971-72 NBA Finals against the Lakers, but Chicago is hoping to rewrite history here and defeat the Knicks here in Chicago Stadium and earn that berth in the finals. The opening tip goes to New York. They're going to look inside to DeBusschere, trying to get him going. He gets inside against Walker, backing down and travels again. The second half picks up where the first half left off with a New York Knicks turnover. Chicago with the basketball now as Van Leer sets up the offense. Open inside is Bob Love. They get it down to him on the low block. He rises up over Jackson and scores.
From Van Leer.
Love's now got 15 to lead all scorers, and Chicago picks up the scoring, opening the lead to 22 points. Once again, they look inside to DeBusschere. He's tied up by Walker, and that's a jump ball. Chicago's defense continues to clamp down on anything and everything that the Knicks try and accomplish. The jump is tossed into the air. It's controlled by Chicago. Bulls go back the other way with the 22-point lead and looking for more. They get it to Sloan on the wing. Sloan had a good first half. He drives the lane. He shoots. He misses. But he is fouled on the play by Jackson, and Jerry Sloan will head to the free throw line. More physical play by the Bulls earns them another trip to the line. Sloan misses the first free throw. Sloan with the second shot. It's good. And that makes it a 68-45 ball game. The hole keeps getting dug deeper for the Knicks. They're going to try Lucas inside. Lucas missed a lot of time in the first half in foul trouble. He's got room to operate against Burwinkle, and Burwinkle blocked it. Swatted away by Burwinkle. Lucas takes the rebound. Lucas on the putback attempt. He missed that one. DeBusschere takes the rebound on the outside for New York. Frustration continues for New York, but they're going to reset the offense here and look for a third opportunity at a field goal. Inside they go to DeBusschere in the box. Finally, he shoots and scores.
DeBusschere.
Ending a long drought for the Knicks, but they've still got a long ways to go. They trail by 21. Chicago comes back the other way. They find Walker. Walker from the outside shoots. It's off the back iron, no good. There's a rebound foul on the loose ball, and that will be called against Jerry Sloan for the Bulls. And it will be Dave DeBusschere headed to the free throw line for one shot. And he converts. That cuts the lead back to 20. 68-48. Chicago still with a comfortable lead as Van Leer leads the Bulls back on offense. He gets it to Sloan on the perimeter. Sloan, very physical out there, takes it into the lane, fakes, shoots, misses. Looked like Lucas got a piece of that one, and Walt Frazier comes out with the rebound for New York. Quickly, Chicago back in defense on transition, and the Knicks are unable to get the running game going. They do have Bradley open on the perimeter. His shot from 16 feet out is missed. Lucas takes the offensive rebound. Lucas on the putback attempt, tries to kick it back out on top. It's stolen by Jerry Sloan, another turnover by New York. Knicks do get back in transition defense. Chicago's forced to reset the offense in the half-court set. Van Leer looking to distribute. Finds Walker working inside against DeBusschere. Walker from the paint shoots, misses. Tapped around by Walker. Rebound taken out of there by Burwinkle. Burwinkle on the putback attempt. He can't get that one to go. Tipped away again, and finally Phil Jackson comes out with it for New York. Back come the Knicks in transition. Frazier handling the rock. He fakes, he drives, he shoots, he scores.
Frazier
just put his head down and went to the glass on that one to get his first basket of the night with under 10 minutes to play in the third quarter. And if they're going to get any inroads into this lead, they're going to have to get it from Frazier. Knicks back on offense. Here's Van Leer with the open look from outside. He left it short. And DeBusschere comes out with another rebound for New York. Knicks want to run. They've got 3-on-1 going the other way with Frazier. He's got Bradley and Jackson. Jackson's got it on the baseline. Cross court to Bradley. Bradley drives the lane, and Sloan reaches in and fouls him. Smart foul by Jerry Sloan to interrupt that fast break attempt. Bradley had an easy look at a layup, but that foul's called on the floor. And in the 71-72 NBA rules, that's just a one-shot opportunity. Bradley steps to the line, still leads the Knicks with 14 points. Make it 15 as he converts the free throw. Chicago now with the basketball. 68-51 is your score. Bulls lead by 17. Van Leer sets the offense. Sends it back to Sloan on the perimeter. 17 on the shot clock. Sloan's going to take it into the paint. Sloan drives to his right. His shot won't fall. The rebound is taken by Sloan off the glass, gets his own miss, sends it back to Van Leer. The Bulls are going to reset. Bulls work the offense now to Walker. Walker gets into the paint, working hard against DeBusschere. His leaner is up and it is good.
The Jet, from Sloan.
Chet the Jet. Now with 12 points for Chicago, they lead by 19 as we say hello to Big Paulie's World of Sports Sims. Good evening to you and welcome to tonight's broadcast. It's a big game. It's Game 5 of the semifinal series. The deciding game between the Knicks and the Bulls, and it has been all Chicago. They lead by 19 early in the third. Knicks now with the basketball. They get it into the hands of Bradley. Bradley with an open look from the wing, leaves that one short. Well defended by Sloan, and Sloan takes the rebound. Bulls walk it back the other way and get it inside to Bob Love working in the paint. Love working against Lucas, leaves the shot short, and Lucas takes the rebound. Back come the Knicks. 8.5 to play in the third. Open down low now is Jackson. Jackson in the paint, posts up against Love, turns, shoots, and scores. The lead is cut back to 17. Can the Knicks get another stop? Van Leer has it out on top. Patiently setting the offense. Sends it down low to Burwinkle, and Burwinkle kicks it away out of bounds. A rare turnover for the Bulls. The turnover margin still favors Chicago by a count of 15-5, and that is the key stat in tonight's ball game. New York wants to pull within 15. They've got the chance to do that here. They work it inside to DeBusschere. DeBusschere makes himself available in the low block. Short jump shot over Walker is good, and Walker fouled it.
DeBusschere scores, from Frazier.
Nice interior move there by DeBusschere. Cuts the lead to 15, chance for the three-point play. DeBusschere connects on the free throw, and that pulls this game as close as it has been in quite some time as we say hello to Steve Tower. Greetings from North Carolina, where you no longer need to put gas in a bag. How about that? Welcome, Steve, to tonight's broadcast. Bulls with the basketball still with a comfortable lead. They get it inside to Walker. Walker goes to his left hand, and DeBusschere blocks his shot. How about that? Burwinkle with the offensive board for Chicago. Burwinkle with the putback attempt. His jump hook is up. It is off the rim, no good. But somebody got him on the arm, and that foul is going to go against DeBusschere. That will send Tom Burwinkle to the line tonight. He's got 10 rebounds, 8 points, make it 9 points as he hits the first free throw. If he connects here, he'll have a double-double for the night. And he is able to get it. Lead back to 16, 72-56. Still plenty of time to go for New York to get back into this one. If they can get it down to 10 points or so by the beginning of the fourth quarter, they can make a game of it. It's too early to panic. Frazier's got it out on top. He comes off the screen. He's got an open look against Love. Love steps over, but Frazier is not able to hit the jump shot. It rolls out of bounds, and the ball goes to Chicago. The struggles continue for Frazier. Bulls with the basketball now, setting up the offense with Van Leer at the point. He sends it inside to Love. Love works it in on the low block against Jackson. Tries to pass it inside to Burwinkle, but he took an extra step with it. That's a travel, and that's another turnover. New York slowly but surely trying to inch their way back into this ball game. They've trailed by as many as 23. The lead currently stands at 16. The pass goes to Bradley on the perimeter. From the free throw line, Bradley is able to get a shot off, and he scores it.
Bradley, from Debustura.
Nicely done by Bradley. That cuts the lead 72-58. Under 7 to play third quarter. The ball goes into the hands of Sloan. Sloan's going to look for Love. But aren't we all on a Friday night?
Butterbean,
Love
from
gets the pass from Burwinkle, and Love hits the inside jump shot for the two-pointer. He's now got 17. 74-58. As the Bulls find Love on a Friday night. Knicks with the basketball. Inside they go to Lucas. Lucas very unproductive. Scoreless so far. He hits the jump shot, but it's waved off. As Burwinkle is called for the foul, and it is called on the floor. That will just be one shot for Jerry Lucas. And New York coach Red Holtzman is beside himself. He wanted the basket and the foul. Instead, there will be no basket and just a one-shot opportunity for the former Buckeye. Lucas dribbles, he sets, he shoots, he scores. And that is his first point of the night, midway through the third period. Frazier and Lucas have struggled. Bradley has been the lone bright spot. DeBusschere with 10 points and 9 rebounds, but he has had to work hard for every one of those. Chicago up 15, 6.5 to play in the third. The Bulls work it out to Sloan on the perimeter. Sloan's had some success penetrating. He gets into the lane. The ball's knocked away. It's loose on the floor. It's tied up, and we'll have a jump ball. It'll be Walker and DeBusschere to jump it up. The official tosses it up into the air, and the tip is controlled by DeBusschere for the Knicks. New York basketball, they've got it outside to Frazier. Frazier's going to swing it around to Sloan on the perimeter. To Bradley on the perimeter. Bradley tries to get it cross court to Lucas. It's stepped in front and grabbed away by Love as he got into the passing lane to intercept that. Here's a quick outlet to Norm Van Leer. Chicago's got a 4-on-1 breakaway. Walker has it down the right side of the court, sends it to Love, in down low, and Love lays it up in good.
Bob Love, from Walker.
So Chicago turns the momentum back and pulls back out by 17, 76-59. New York's going to start all over again on the offensive end. They find Lucas in the paint. Lucas goes to his left hand, lays it up and good.
From Jackson.
First field goal of the night for Jerry Lucas. Give the assist to Jackson. The lead is once again cut to 15. Knicks looking for another stop. Walker has the ball in down low. His shot is off the side of the rim, no good, but he is fouled on the play by DeBusschere, and that will send Chet Walker to the free throw line for a pair. Walker hits the first. 85% free throw shooter on the season. Missed the second shot. The rebound rolls around the rim. It's tipped away from Jackson. It's picked up by Walker. Walker with a putback attempt. And he left that one short, but he got fouled again, and that one is going to go against Lucas. And that is his fourth. Chet Walker goes back to the free throw line for another pair of free throws. He connects on the first, and the horn will sound. And we'll, I don't use very many timeouts, so we'll take a timeout here. And I still can't get Lucas out of the game. So I goofed that one up. Hopefully Lucas won't commit an offensive foul here. So now we'll take the time. Well, no, we can't take the timeout yet. As the pass goes on the wing to Bradley. Now we'll take the timeout and we'll get Lucas out of the game with the foul trouble. He will be replaced by Luther Rackley. And we will also go ahead and bring Charlie Paulk into the game a little bit early to give Jackson a quick rest. Okay, back to action we go. New York to inbound. The ball's in the hands of DeBusschere. He looks out on top to Frazier from the perimeter. Frazier tries to get it over to Bradley. Another bad pass and another turnover. As the struggles continue for Walt Frazier here in the biggest game of the season for his Knicks. Chicago with the basketball. The lead is back up to 18. It's in the hands of Sloan. Sloan looks inside to Love. Love works down low against Charlie Paulk, and Paulk tied him up for the jump ball. Nicely done there by Paulk. The ball is in the air, and the tip will be controlled by Love for Chicago. Out on top it goes to Van Leer. Van Leer from the perimeter sends it down to Walker on the baseline. It goes back to Sloan. Back over to Van Leer for the drive. The shot is no good. But we've got a collision inside, and a foul is going to be called on Rackley. Things have gotten a little more physical inside, but this game is not nearly the battle royale that the first 4 games of the series were. I think between the clutch game that this is and just the 20-point separation has quieted down a lot of the histrionics that we saw earlier in the series. Van Leer hits both free throws, and the Chicago lead is back up to 20. Just when we're thinking about New York getting back into the game, Chicago goes on another run and puts some more distance in between themselves and the Knicks. New York with the basketball now in the hands of Bradley. Bradley from the outside takes the perimeter jump shot and scores.
Bradley.
19 for Bradley. You can't fault him for his efforts here tonight. Bulls now have an open look on the perimeter for
Norm
Van Leer.
Leiter
Van Leer buries
from
that
Bullwinkle.
one. And the lead is back to 20. 4:14 to play. The second units are getting ready to return to action at the next dead ball. The ball goes inside to Rackley for the Knicks. His short jump shot is good. And Burwinkle gets him with the
Rackley
body on
scores
the foul.
from Frazier.
That will send Rackley to the line for one shot plus the bonus. As the horn sounds and into the game come the second units. That will be Weiss and King for the backcourt. Jackie Dinkins at the small forward. Howard Porter. And the ever so popular Clifford Ray for Chicago. For New York, Rackley and Paulk will remain into the game. Phil Jackson returns to action to play the small forward. Dick Barnett and Dean Meminger will be the backup backcourt for the Knicks, who trail by 18. Make it 19 as Rackley converts the first free throw. And Chicago has the basketball. Leading by 17. The ball goes to Weiss on the outside. His jump shot, wild shot, misses everything. Coming in cold, maybe not the best shot selection. The ball goes back over to the Knicks. They look inside to Paulk. Paulk working against Howard Porter down low. Shuffles his feet. The Bulls wanted to travel, didn't get it. The awkward shot is off the glass, no good. Meminger tips the rebound over to Barnett, and the Knicks will get another shot at it. Still trailing by 17. Here's Barnett from the outside. He's going to put it on the floor. He weaves his way into the lane, leaves the layup short, and Howard Porter takes the rebound for Chicago. Back come the Bulls. They get it inside to Jackie Dinkins. Dinkins works his way into the paint. Dinkins' short jump shot is off iron, no good. Rebound tipped around and pulled out of there by Barnett for New York. Knicks want to run. They've got a breakout. Numbers going the other way. Phil Jackson has it at the free throw line and has it tipped away. Barnett picks it up. Barnett down the baseline, shoots and
Jackson.
scores. New York climbing back into it. It was the second unit of the Knicks that helped them get back into the game in the first half. And with under 3 minutes to play in the third quarter, the lead is back to 13. With it on the outside is Dinkins. They're down to 2 on the shot clock as they get it to King down low. King's going to have to force one up against a mismatch from Rackley, and he cannot get it off in time. As boy, the chat room is filling up with all kinds of cool people now. Steve Towers here. Our Red Sox is here. Our Red Sox fan is here. Sports Time Machine is here. I wish the game were as good as the crowd is. But the Knicks are working their way back. They've been down by as many as 23. They've got it to within 15 here as we are winding down in the third period. 83-68 is your score. The story of the game has been turnovers. The Knicks have kicked it away 17 times and dug themselves a very large hole in Game 5 of this semifinal series. This is the decider. The winner moves on to the finals. And New York's going to have to step it up if they're going to make a game out of this one. Here are the Knicks on offense. The ball goes to Jackson on the perimeter. Guarded closely by Jackie Dinkins. Not sure what he's going to do with it. He tries to find Rackley down low. Defended by Ray. His pass is tipped away. It ended up in the hands of Jackson. Jackson pulls the trigger from the perimeter. That shot won't fall. The rebound is tipped around and taken out of there by Memminger. He passes it out to Barnett, and the Knicks get a fresh shot clock. Open inside in the middle of all this nonsense is Rackley. Rackley with the turnaround jump shot is good. Rackley got himself open in the paint and scored. He's got 11 now, and the lead for Chicago has been cut to 13. Yes, here's an update from Sports Time Machine. Are you aware of the New Jack death this week? Not surprised that he passed away. I didn't know much about his health status recently, but quite frankly, given that guy's lifestyle and all the extreme stuff he did in the ring and out, I'm kind of surprised he made it this far. But condolences, and I don't mean to sound insensitive, condolences to New Jack and his family and friends on his passing. And thank you, Mike, for the update. All right, Chicago basketball, they need a basket here as their lead has been cut from 23 all the way down to 13. The ball is in the hands of Weiss on the perimeter. 13 on the shot clock. Weiss has a pretty good look there from the free throw line extended, but his shot is off, tipped away by Memminger and out of bounds. Chicago will keep possession with 8 on the shot clock. Weiss has the ball down low. Looking for help, he looks for Dinkins. Dinkins goes to work in the low post. Gets it off the backboard and good. Nice little shot there by Dinkins. That puts a stop to a 2.5-minute scoring drought from the Bulls and extends their lead back up to 15. New York trailing by 15 with the basketball. They look inside to Jackson. Jackson working down low against Dinkins. His short jump shot is off the back iron, no good. Rackley takes the rebound out of there for New York. Rackley with a putback attempt. There's a whistle, and Rackley's called for the charge. Clifford Ray couldn't get the rebound, but he got over there, got himself in defensive position to draw the charge. Alert play by Clifford Ray for the Bulls. They regain possession. Still leading by 15 now, under a minute and a half to play in the third. Once again, they look inside to Jackie Dinkins. Dinkins comes off the screen. He's got a good look at a shot from 9 feet out, and he buries it.
Jackie Dinkins from Ray.
Nice little shot for Jackie Dinkins, a rookie out of little-known Voorhees College. Number 23 overall draft pick in the 1971 player draft for Chicago. Dinkins, a participant in one of the greatest high school basketball games of all time. And here come the Knicks back the other way. The lead is back up to 17. Rackley has it way far away from the basket. Tries to get it inside to Jackson. The short jump shot by Jackson is good. Phil Jackson working effectively. And with a minute to play, the lead has been cut back to 15. Bulls with the basketball in the hands of Porter. He's picked up by Polk. Porter from the low block gets the shot up and good.
Howard Porter from Weiss.
50 seconds to play now. The lead is back to 17. Barnett with it on the perimeter, working against Dinkins. Barnett dribbles to his right, tries to get into the lane. Shoots it out to Jackson on the perimeter. Dinkins stepped into the passing lane and stole it. Here's 4-on-3 the other way for Chicago. Weiss dribbles down the center of the court. Fakes to his left. Passes back to his right to Dinkins. Dinkins kicks it out of bounds. Probably should have held for a better shot. They got a little ahead of themselves there when they saw the numbers. But with 28 seconds to play, New York has the basketball. 19 on the game clock now, 14 on the shot clock. They get it inside to Polk. Polk working down low against Porter. Tries to get it up off the backboard. The ball's kicked away loose, and it is tied up on the floor. It will be King and Barnett to jump it up with 14 seconds remaining in the quarter. The toss is in the air. The tip's controlled by New York. Knicks will be able to play for the final shot of the period with 11 seconds remaining. They get it to Jackson on the outside. His shot is off iron, no good at the buzzer, and that's the end of the third period. Quick look at the box score. The news didn't get much better for the Knicks in the third quarter. They did manage a 27-24 advantage in the period, but when you start the half down by 20, that ain't going to get it done. Frazier continues to struggle. Only 2 points compared to 6 turnovers. The turnover total stands at 19-7 in favor of the Bulls. Third quarter scoring, Love and Walker with 11 points combined to lead Chicago as typical. DeBusschere with 6 for New York, 5 apiece for Bradley and Rackley. Really a closely played third quarter, which is exactly what the Bulls want. They're content to just trade baskets and let the clock run down. This is very similar to Game 4, where Chicago took control in the second period. They played evenly in the third. New York made a late run in the fourth quarter, but it was far too little and far too late, as it was still a double-digit victory for Chicago in Game 4. And it's looking like the Bulls are headed down that same road here in Game 5. Barring any major miracles, the Bulls will hold on to this one and head to Los Angeles to begin the 1971-72 Epic Basketball League Finals. It will be Bill Bradley returning to the game for New York. As Phil Jackson is fatigued, we'll keep the second units out there for another few minutes for both squads. The toss is in the air. It's controlled by New York. The ball's in the hands of Dean Memminger running the point. Memminger will set things up. He's going to look inside to the open man down there, which is Polk. Polk has a little bit of space to operate. Clifford Ray comes over on the defense, forces him to alter the shot. The shot won't fall, and Howard Porter snags the rebound for Chicago. Porter hands it to Weiss. Weiss walks it into the front court as the Bulls are just methodically going to run their offense. They get it to Dinkins on the perimeter. Dinkins with the outside jump shot. Cannot get it off in time. We saw this in Game 4. Chicago got a little too leisurely, more concerned about running the clock than keeping their foot on the throats of their fallen opponents. And that almost proved costly. Here coming the other way, we've got a whistle and a tie-up as Bradley and King come together. And with 6 seconds on the shot clock, it will be a jump ball on the New York end of the court. The toss is in the air. The possession is controlled by King for Chicago. Bulls head back the other way. Once again, it's in the hands of Dinkins. Dinkins working against Bradley. Fakes left, drives, cut off by Rackley. Dinkins leaves the jump shot short, and Charlie Paulk takes the rebound for New York. This time the Knicks are going to walk it back the other way as the Bulls quickly are back in the transition defense. Memminger to bring the ball up for the Knicks. Working against Weiss. He looks to distribute. He finds Paulk on the perimeter. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Paulk's going to have to pull the trigger from the baseline. That's not his spot, and that was a bad-looking shot. Paulk has missed 6 straight. Jackie Dinkins with the rebound for Chicago. Bulls come back the other way. A minute and a half gone by in the first quarter. The lead is still 17. Jimmy King has it on the perimeter for Chicago. He is going to look down low to Porter. Porter has room to operate in the paint. They dump it down to Ray. Ray has it tipped away by Rackley out of bounds. Chicago retains possession with 11 seconds on the shot clock. It will be Dinkins to inbound. He looks to Weiss out on top. Weiss from the outside puts up the long jump shot, and he scores.
Bob Weiss, from Ray.
Nice stroke by Weiss on that one to push the lead back out to 19. And quickly the New York starters are going to try and come back into the game. Memminger has the ball on the perimeter. He drives into the lane. He collides with Weiss. He lays it up and good. No call on the play
from Bradley
as Memminger drops in the layup. It's now 91-74. Back the other way come the Bulls on offense. They get it inside to Porter. He's been relatively quiet tonight, but he got loose that time, laid it up
Porter,
and good.
From Weiss.
Porter had a big showing in Game 4 with 14 points. He's got 9 here tonight. Chicago stretches the lead once again to 19. And with that, the Knicks are going to call timeout. And they're going to get their starters back into the game to see if they can't get one last run. Greg Fillmore is going to come into the game at the center position to give Phil Jackson some more rest. Yes, he'll be joined by Lucas, DeBusschere, Bradley, and Frazier for the last hurrah for the New York squad. They get the ball on the outside to Bradley. He squares up against King, and King tipped it away and stole it. 4-on-3 the other way. This time Weiss is going to pull back and set up the offense for the Bulls as we approach the 9-minute mark to play. King takes it into the front court. He's going to look down low to Porter. Porter and DeBusschere exchanging words. Porter steps around Lucas for the layup. It's no good. Greg Fillmore takes the rebound for New York. Frazier wants to push the tempo. He's got Bradley on the wing. It's 2-on-2 running back the other way. Frazier dribbles to his left. Cross-courts it to Bradley. Bradley drives, shoots, and scores.
Bradley, from Frazier.
21 for Bradley. And New York needs a lot more quick baskets like that if they're going to get back into this one in a hurry. Dinkins has the ball on the outside now for Chicago. He looks out on top to Weiss. Weiss has room for a good shot coming off the screen, but he cannot get it to fall, and Bradley takes the rebound for New York. The Chicago starters get to their feet. They'll be back into the game before you know it. Frazier's got the ball in the front court. He looks inside to DeBusschere. They try and get DeBusschere loose in the paint. He dribbles to his left, shoots from 5 feet out, and scores.
DeBusschere, from Frazier.
And that's going to cut the lead to 15, and the Bulls are now going to take a timeout. And they're going to get their first 5 back into the game. All right, 8.5 minutes to play. The starters are back in the ball game. Chicago wants to finish strong here with this 15-point lead and end the suspense here as soon as they can. They look inside to Bob Love. But Frazier got in the middle and stole that pass. A dumb pass by Van Leer as Frazier got into the passing lane and picked that one off. Knicks come back the other way. They get it to Bradley on the wing. Working here against Sloan. Sloan's done a good job with Bradley, as Bradley has scored most of his points either in transition or working from the small forward position. But Bradley's going to try and pull the trigger here. They need his offense, and he cannot get the shot to fall. Well defended by Sloan. Sloan comes back and takes the rebound. Chicago will work it back the other way at a leisurely pace. Van Leer brings it up. 8 on the shot clock. It goes to Sloan on the perimeter. Sloan will drive around Bradley. Now we've got Love and Frazier exchanging words. Sloan drives to the hoop. It's knocked away. Chicago retains possession, but they've only got 4 seconds now to get a shot off. We're under 8 minutes to play. Chicago unable to get the shot off, and the Knicks take over possession, still trailing by 15. Frazier looks to distribute, gets it back on the perimeter. Dribbles to his left, tries to get into the lane. He's cut off by Burwinkle. He leaves the shot short. Frazier gets his own rebound. He's in among the tall trees. He cannot get a shot off. Instead, he's going to dump it down to Fillmore. And we've got a stoppage of play here briefly as Jerry Lucas got poked in the eye, but he is going to remain in the game, and the Knicks will have the basketball with a fresh 24. DeBusschere has it on the outside. 15 on the shot clock. DeBusschere looks for help. Can't find anybody as Walker defends him. Walker knocks it away. DeBusschere picks it up, forces up the jump shot. That's no good. And Burwinkle takes the rebound for Chicago. They hand it to Van Leer. Van Leer brings it up slowly. He's going to look to Walker on the perimeter. Walker guarded closely by DeBusschere. DeBusschere reached in and stole it. Nicely done by Dave DeBusschere on the defensive side. But New York needs baskets. They get it to Bradley on the outside. Bradley's going to dump it down low to Lucas. Can Lucas get a shot off? He's got it on the low blocks. His little jump shot is good.
From DeBusschere.
Only his second field goal of the night, but that cuts the lead to 13. Now 7 minutes to play. Chicago with the basketball. Sloan has it on the perimeter. Sloan's going to attack the hoop. He drives to his right. He lays it up. It's around the rim, no good. And Fillmore takes the rebound for New York. Chicago is going dry here. New York with a little mini run going. Open inside for the Knicks is Fillmore. He's exchanging words with Van Leer. Fillmore gets the pass from the perimeter, turns and shoots and scores. The intensity is picking up, tempers are heating up, and the lead is shrinking. It's an 11-point game with 6.5 to play. New York is on the comeback trail. Chicago gets it into the hands of Walker. Walker dumps it down to Love on the low block. Working against Lucas. Love fakes. He shoots.
Love
it's off the backboard
Walker.
And good. That ends the 8-0 run for the Knicks and puts Chicago back on top by 13. As we approach the midway point of the fourth quarter, the ball is in the hands of Bradley. Tries to get the shot off. Has his pocket picked by Sloan. Sloan continues to play excellent defense there on the perimeter. Van Leer with the basketball for Chicago gets it to Sloan. Down to Burwinkle. Back to Van Leer out on top. Good ball movement by the Bulls. They find Van Leer open at the
Chet
free throw line, and he drops home the foul line extended jump shot, and the lead is back up to 15. So once again, the Knicks with a run. Once again, Chicago with the answer. And with 5.5 to play, the lead is back to 15. Here's DeBusschere inside, working against Walker. It's been a battle between those two for 5 games now. DeBusschere cannot get the shot to go, but Lucas pulls the offensive board. Lucas with the putback attempt. That's no good. And Bob Love takes the rebound for Chicago. Knicks failed with another opportunity to cut into the lead. Chicago now has the basketball. Van Leer at the helm. They look inside to Love. Love with the ball against Lucas. Shoots from close in and scores.
Butterbean.
So another New York rally goes by the wayside. The lead is back up to 17 as we approach the 5-minute mark to play. With it inside now is Fillmore. Fillmore working against Burwinkle. We've got a whistle, and Fillmore traveled. Looks like Phil Jackson is ready to return to action. So he will re-enter the game, and Lucas will move down to the center position. New York still hoping for one last push. Chicago finds Bob Love open on the baseline. His jump shot from 12 feet out is good.
Butterbean.
He's hit 5 in a row. He's got 23 points now to lead all scorers. And the lead is up to 19. New York back the other way. The ball's in the hands of Frazier from the perimeter. Comes off the screen, gets into the lane, lays it up and good.
Frazier.
Only 4 points now for Frazier. That may be too little too late. We're under 4.5 to play. Sloan with the ball on the perimeter. He dribbles to his right, gets into the lane around Bradley. His little jump shot is no good, and Lucas grabs the rebound for New York. Here's a 3-on-3 opportunity in transition. Frazier wants to push the tempo. New York needs points in a hurry. Bradley's got it on the right wing. Across court to Jackson. Jackson to the left hand, lays it up and good.
Jackson from Bradley.
Leads back to 15, but time continues to tick away. Chicago with the basketball. Sloan's got it on the perimeter. Looking inside to the Butterbean. Butterbean against Jackson. Steps into the lane.
Bob
puts it up
Love
off the glass
from
and good.
Bullwinkle.
Love coming up strong here in the fourth, allowing Chicago to maintain the lead. Under 4 minutes to play. DeBusschere on the baseline. Too far away to get a good shot off. Finds Bradley on the wing. Bradley pulls the trigger from 16 with the shot clock running down, and he drills that one. Nice shot by Bradley to cut the lead back to 15. But the clock is continuing to run, and the clock is not the ally of New York. Chicago goes inside to Walker. Walker works his way into the paint. Fakes, shoots from point-blank range, and scores.
Chet Walker.
Bulls continue to produce effectively. Still shooting 51% from the field and taking good care of the basketball in this one. Their lead is stretched back out to 17. Knicks come back in a hurry. Frazier has it out on top. He forces his way into the lane. Dribble drive, goes to the left hand, lays it up and good.
Frazier from Lucas.
If he had been that effective early in the game, the Knicks might not be down by 15 with 3 minutes to play. The ball goes into Walker for Chicago. Walker works down low against DeBusschere. DeBusschere tips it away, and it's stolen by Phil Jackson. New York with the possession. Frazier brings it up quickly. He looks inside to Lucas. Lucas in the middle. His short jump shot is good.
Lucas.
The lead is cut to 13, but we're now under 3 minutes to play. And at the 2.5-minute mark, Van Leer has the ball at the top of the key, looking to distribute. He can't find anybody. He takes the jump shot from the free throw line. That's no good, but Burwinkle pulls away the rebound, and that gives Chicago another 24 seconds to burn. 2:27 to play now, as Van Leer's going to dribble off some clock. With 15 on the shot clock, he comes off the screen. He's got a good look at a jump shot. Instead, he dumps it down low to Walker, and Walker lays it up and good.
Chet Walker from Van Leer.
Nice little two-man game from Van Leer and Walker. That is 8 assists on the night for Van Leer. Walker now with 21, and the lead is back to 15. And in the words of the Green Bay Packers' great announcer Wayne Larrabee, that is your dagger. 15 points now, under 2 minutes to play. Quickly they look inside to Jackson. Jackson has a little 8-footer. He cannot get that to fall. Burwinkle takes the rebound, has his pocket picked by Bradley. Knicks regain possession. Frazier's got the ball. He finds Lucas open on the baseline. Lucas with the baseline fakes the shot, gets it to DeBusschere on the wing. He can't get it to fall. Frazier grabs the rebound. We're now under 2 minutes to play. Frazier out on top, working against Van Leer. Gets off the jump shot from the free throw line extended, and that is nowhere close. Chaos on the New York offense. Could not get a good shot off in spite of multiple opportunities. And with under a minute and a half to play now, Chicago has the basketball and a 15-point lead. As we welcome Dave Gardner back to the chat for the bitter end of the New York season. Yeah, Chicago is going to burn some clock again. Working it down to 3 on the shot clock. They get it to Van Leer out on top. He gets into the lane, pulls the trigger. The shot's no good. Lucas takes the rebound. We're now at a minute and 6 to play. New York is not going to give up trying. They hustle it back the other way. They get it to Jackson on the wing. And Jackson hits the baseline jump shot.
From Bradley.
That makes it 107-94. But we're down to 45 seconds to play. And once again, Chicago is going to be able to burn some clock. They get it down to 9 on the shot clock. They send it into Love down low. Love throws an errant pass. It's tipped away and out of bounds. New York will take possession, but we're down to 26 seconds to play. And it's all academic at this point. As New York is going to get it to Frazier out on top. He drives. He's cut off by Burwinkle. His shot is no good. The rebound goes into the hands of Jerry Sloan. Van Leer dribbles it into the front court, and he's just going to hold the ball there as the buzzer expires and this one comes to an end. So congratulations to the Chicago Bulls. They won. They were down 2-1. They won Game 4 in New York, came home to Chicago and won Game 5. And the Chicago Bulls will move on to the NBA Finals for the 1971-72 Epic Basketball League season, where they will meet the powerhouse Los Angeles Lakers. Here's your final box score, and it's bad news for Knicks fans. Bradley led the Knicks with 23 and was pretty much the lone bright spot for the team. Frazier with only 6 points and 6 turnovers. 5 turnovers for Bradley, 5 turnovers for DeBusschere, 22 turnovers for the Knicks as a team. Put a damper on any chance they had of winning this game here tonight. Credit to Bob Love. He was the hot hand, 27 points on 9 of 13 shooting, 21 for Chet Walker. And that was really the 1-2 punch that the Bulls needed to win this one relatively easily. As we say thank you to everybody who joined us here tonight. Our Red Sox fan, Dave Gardner, Sports Time Machine, D. Scott Howard, Steve Tower, Big Paulie's World of Sports Sims, Tribe Fan 879, and Zalapsky Smurf all graced us with their presence here tonight. Folks, it is fun to do these games. It is a privilege to have each and every one of you drop by to check out the action. Indeed, we are headed to the finals. We'll get those kicked off next Friday night with the Chicago Bulls visiting the Los Angeles Lakers. The finals will be a 7-game series, and we will see how it plays out from there. But for everybody here in the chat room, thank you so much once again. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the broadcast. Subscribe to the channel. And thank you all for joining us here tonight for Epic Basketball League action. That's our stream, and I am out of here.